Comes to talk to Aaron Ake, Marcus, Joseph and Shot. Hope you're all well. I thought I'd do this quick video. Just trying to explain a few things. I know I've shared things on the channel and other people share things on the channel about An Bonrocht, which is primary law of ERA. I just wanted to try and rectify exactly what has happened here. And a lot of people are not getting this, so I'm going to try and explain. Right now, if you go online, there was a video I seen recently of this guy, and I'm sorry, but he's just so ignorant. He doesn't know what he's talking about. But he was slating, going on about the Constitution, and he was like, "Oh, you know, what does it matter what text it's written in? It doesn't really matter." And then he starts going into explaining things, and he had a picture of An Bonrocht, but it was the draft copy picture. That's it. He just had the picture of it, and then he went into showing the articles, but he was using the one that's online, for his, to state his case. And like, basically he was using this online, right? Now, that is not the same Constitution, right? First of all, right? If you go online and you type in Bonrocht na hÉireann in 1937, this is what you're given. And this is everywhere online, right? Hopefully you can see that. I say Bonrocht na hÉireann, right? And see the blue book, right? Now, that's not Bonrocht na hÉireann, That's Bonrocht na hÉireann. Look the way it's written. Like, look at the text. Now, he was saying text doesn't matter. Now, I'm going to explain to him and to anyone else that wants to, come out with this bull crap, right? Text is everything. I'll tell you why text is everything. Because in the real Bonrocht na hÉireann, right? In the real Bonrocht na hÉireann, we have an article 63, right? And in Article 63, it says, and I'll repeat it, right? A copy of this Constitution signed by the Taoiseach, the Chief Justice and the Chairman of Dáil Éireann shall be enrolled for record in the Office of Registrar of the Supreme Court, and such signed copy shall be conclusive evidence of provisions of this Constitution, right? Now, in the case of conflict between the Irish and English texts, not language, texts. In the case of conflict between the Irish and the English texts, the Irish text shall prevail, meaning the Irish text is the law, right? Now, that there is Clo Gaelic. And that's the text it's talking about. That's the law, right? Now, they changed their text in this Constitution that they're saying is An Bonrocht. It's not An Bonrocht. For one, see it? It's all uppercase. See, it's all uppercase writing. There's a big E there. Do you see it? And it's all uppercase. Do you see the lettering? It's all uppercase. That's the new Irish, right? The new text. But it's not that text whatsoever. And it's not written like that. Do you see it? It's a different text, right? So, your man's there, what does it matter with text? Well, it doesn't matter, because when you've got an article that says the Irish text shall prevail if there's ever a conflict between the English and the Irish, and believe me, there is conflicts. There's conflicts all over this, all over. For one, just off the top of my head, for one, Article 6, when we see that dreaded common good. I'll show you now. See the word common good at the very end, right? In the Esquelga, the word is phobal. See at the very end? I don't know whether you can see it. But the word is phobal. Phobal doesn't mean common good in English. Phobal means community. Right? For one. Doesn't mean common good. So that word only came in the English. So going back, text. Text is everything. Now, as we know, I'll get Article 6 up on this of the Blue Book. And once again, we see the word common good. Whoops. I don't know if you can see that. See the word common good in English. As I said, Article 63 says there's never conflict between the English and the Irish texts. The Irish prevails in its law. Now, the Irish in its constitution is not the same Irish. So therefore it's not the same text. So they're changing it. They have to change it. And this is how they're doing it, folks. And all you have to do is wake up and realise these things. And all I'm trying to do is explain it. And other people that I know are doing the same thing. We're trying to explain it to you and just not listening. People are just not listening. You know? These are our rights as a people. And our rights are written in our indigenous text, which is Clo Gaelic. Not Roman Irish. It's Clo Gaelic. And as long as we keep saying, oh, it doesn't matter what constitution, the constitution still says this, and it's the blue one, and they're all waving the blue one, and that's not our constitution. We had this constitution for a year and a half or so. And then they changed it. They used wartime measures. They paused this, which they were meant to have unpaused at some stage, but they didn't. Right? They paused it, rewrote our constitution, put in this other Irish. It's not our Irish. You know? It's just not. This crap. This crap is not our Irish. You see it? It's not our Irish. This is our Irish. Clo Gaelic. Do you see it? Now this is a book I'm reprinting it. But what does it say in the front of it? Irish at home. Gaelic. Savonia. Irish at home. It's basically see? And it's all Clo Gaelic. Because that there, folks, is our language. And there's a reason why, and it is our text, our language should be written in that text. And there's a reason why our constitution, our real constitution, is written in it. And there's a reason why the first minutes of the Dáil Éireann in 1919, on Dáil Éireann, is written in it. You know? Because it's our text. And there's a reason why Article 63 says if there's ever a conflict, the Irish. So this is basically what they're after doing. They basically took this, hid it from us, changed their constitution, made it into a blue book. In 42 they started to change it, then they changed it again in 79, they done more amendments to it, and then in 98 I believe, not to help me, but that is not our constitution, because this, right, or this does not say Constitution of Ireland in English. It says bun, which is primary, rocht, which is law, primary law, nahéireann, of éire, you know, of éire. And I don't know how many times I have to try and explain this. Éire, the an, whenever it's used in a word like that, like nahéireann, it means of, an, of éire. Primary, bun, rocht, law, of éire. And the more we protest outside empty houses, and the more we give out and we moan and bitch and say, oh my God, they're doing this, they're doing that, and they're doing this. And all we have to do as a people is say, what fecking happened to this? What happened? What happened to our Bunreacht, our primary law? Why are they hiding our text? I was in Galway, or not Galway, I was in Donegal, and it's everywhere. The text is everywhere. It's on signs, still on street signs. It's shop fronts. It's everywhere. You know. And I went into a castle, and it's this old scripture sitting there for everyone to see, and it's all written in Clough Gaelic, because it's our language, our text. Our Irish should be written in this text. Now, if it's not written in this text, it's not our law, folks. It just isn't, and that's how they're able to do this, and no one's listening. That's how they're, you know. Now you can go ahead and you can slate this and go, it doesn't matter if it's this, or if it's blue, or if it's pink, or if it's fucking rainbow colour. It doesn't matter. Of course it matters. Because like I said, Article 63, if there's ever a conflict between the English texts and the Irish texts, not language, texts, the Irish is law. So therefore, this is law. That shite is not law. It's not our law. It's legislation. You know? It's and I wouldn't mind, it's 50 articles, but it has more words in it. You know? And then they done a referendum, or they done somewhere in the history where they said they're tidying her up. Tidying her up. There's more words on it. You know? So this is 63 articles. That blue one has 50 articles, but it has more words. Now, how the hell did that work? Come on, folks. Use your brain. Come on. You know? Really, you can pick this up. You can pick this up. It's PDF. You can get it. I have it on the page, and a lot of different people on other pages have it on their page. Read it. You know? Read it. This is who we are, right? We created the state, not them. We did. Not the British, not the Europeans, not fucking Ursula, whatever her name is, and that guy the Indian guy that's in England now. None of them. We did. We, the people of Éire, created this. Which created the state. Under God. As a people, under God, we created the state. Do you get it? We created the state. We're in charge of the state. Under their blue book, they're trying to say the state controls us. No, it doesn't work that way. Because we created the state. The state is not working for the Éireann anymore, and the Múinteoir na hÉireann, to be precise, the people of Éire. If it's not representing us anymore, but then it defeats the purpose. You know? Defeats the purpose. It's no longer. So we should no longer have to endure their crap moving forward. It's as simple as that. We need to invoke this back. We need to look into why and when and how they changed this from this to that blue crap, right? Through the First Amendment. They made a First Amendment that they were able to lock us down whenever anyone has a war. The original article says if Éire was ever at war, you know, you could pause it. That's basically what they do. They use war and they pause your constitution. Right now, folks, they've paused our constitution, which is the blue one. They've paused that. And they have us under wartime measures. And that's why they're able to do all of these things. It's that simple. We turn around and say, hold on a minute, we're not at war with anyone. We're not at war with Ukraine. We're not at war with Russia. We're not part of this war. So, we're a neutral country, right? We were never at war. We were attacked. Constantly fucking attacked. We were never in a war. Just use your brains, folks. This is our constitution. It is. It just is. 1916, with the proclamation. 1919, with the declaration. And then we enacted it in 1937. It comes in 3 stages. Same with France. All of these republics, in order to be a republic, you have to first proclaim, declare, and then enact. And that's what we've done. But a year and a half into this, they said, no, we're an egg. No, you're not allowed to have that. I don't know where that accent came from. But that's that simple. We can protest all we want. We can complain all we want, send all letters all we want, and say opt out of this and opt out of that, all we want. But if we're not in law, they'll constantly be doing these things through legislation, constantly. Legislative and law are 2 completely different things. That's why there's 3 powers. Executive, legislative, and the presidency. The state, which we are the state. We're all the state. And it says in our preamble, just a sec, all actions both of men and states must be referred, meaning we're equal. So men and state are the same thing. That's what basically that means. And that's in English, but I don't know if you can see that, but look, it's that simple, folks. I mean, you're all talking about getting new parties and voting new people in. It's not going to change anything. I'm sorry, it's not. It hasn't changed that in 100 years, and it's not going to change. Well, we did change it in 37, but it lasted a year and a half, and then they used wartime measures to get us back out of this. But this protects us. This protects the individual, it protects the family, it protects the property, private property, it protects everything. It keeps the government in check and makes them do the proper law, keeps the state in check. All these state bodies right now, look what the state bodies are doing, folks. They're gone rogue. Why? Because we're not in this. We're not under a text. Text doesn't matter. Just gobshite in YouTube. Well, text doesn't matter. What does it matter with text? You too. It does matter. It does matter. You too. Anyway, sorry. Yeah. So it's up to yourselves. I think we need a review. I think we need to take this to court, highest court we can get to as a people, and see just at least find out what went wrong. What went wrong. Anyway, so long, go fall.